This video is a collaboration of Luke from Xbox Resource and me, aka the Charity Gamer. We'll be counting down the top 10 things we want to see from the new Xbox while poking fun at my good buddy Luke. So let's dive in. With the next console generation seemingly coming around to us much quicker than the previous left us, well, not really, Luke. 8 years between Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and the Xbox One came out in 2013, so it's been 6 years, and I doubt it comes out this year. But this is his script, not mine. This got us wondering. With help from the Xbox Resource community, join us as we delve into our top 10, starting with number 1, don't mess up the reveal. Now, this might seem pretty obvious statement to begin with, however, I feel like compared to everything else on this list, it should be the one that Microsoft should remain quite hesitant about. Especially when you look in the troubled first showing of the Xbox One, and how the ripples of what bad PR can do to your company and product. It is important that when Microsoft unveils their new console, they hit the ground running. They give a quick speech on the hardware and how everything is going to be more refined and the user experience is going to be the best yet. They drop all the gimmicky stuff and admit to the faults of the past. They take some of the hardware and software enhancements from the past couple of years, like Fast Start, and talk about how they will make a load install times almost in sync. Nobody wants to hear more stuff again about how this will be the most powerful console in the world. At the end of the day, there's only so much you can do with a console compared to a PC. So instead, show how Xbox 2, or whatever it's going to be called, further bridge the gap between the ecosystems of PC and console. If anybody can do it, it's Microsoft. Number 2, give us controller options. So this point might get some pushback. I hear that everybody and their dog wants a controller where the batteries come in the device as standard. However, us at Xbox Resource say give us the option. Give us the option for a premium controller, which comes with a factory-fitted battery, and the option for a controller where you can buy and fit, play, and charge kits as we see fit. However, I personally disagree with Luke and his community here. I much prefer the PS4 controller with built-in battery, but anyway, this is his list, not mine. You may ask what kind of madmen they are for wanting an inclusive battery. Well, yes, I would, Luke, as I just made that point. Well, here at Xbox Resource, we have a team of Xbox gamers, and when their battery dies, we don't want to have to buy a new controller or take the device apart ourselves and replace the battery without breaking the internals. Having the option is better than going down one route or the other. Number 3, give third-party paraphernalia manufacturers more leeway. On the subject of controllers and paraphernalia, surely by the 4th generation of Xbox brand, it is about time Microsoft starts to make it a little easier for third-party manufacturer of devices to come into the fold and make a product that people actually want to buy. Over the course of the last 2 generations, Microsoft has had a stranglehold on the market. And some may say this is good because it stops a lot of bad hardware from coming to market. However, there have been many good Xbox controllers released that people just never bought. The main reason for this is all third-party content by Microsoft rules needs to be wired and not wireless. Even products that have been licensed to use the official Xbox shell designs that work just as well as normal product struggle to sell without some form of gimmick because people just want to be able to play with no cable restraints. Don't even get us started on the butt ugly cheap headsets and controllers as well. Number 4, one console or 2? One of the main rumors coming from Microsoft camp is the next Xbox will indeed be spread over 2 consoles. One will come featured with a disk drive, and then the other one won't, and will focus more on streaming your games on the go. Personally, I think this is a good idea. It is taking one of the core ideas Microsoft had with the inception of the Xbox One, but this time making it more accessible to the market and how individual people now want to game. Personally, I still like the disk drive and I see the benefits of it. However, with this generation as a whole, I have played more games from my digital library than my physical one. And this could be down for a couple of reasons. The main being that the retail market is slowly dying out, hence the streaming service as a replacement. The second being that this generation has seen the uprising of the indie developer. Another main problem with the streaming service is that a lot of people don't have good internet. I have a couple of friends in West Virginia that have a Frontier connection. That may mean nothing to you, but sometimes they have trouble even playing online games, let alone streaming things. It can be a huge problem for some people, so 2 consoles, if they're going to go full streaming with one of them, is a necessity. Number 5, nail down the price point. One of the tricks Microsoft needs to adopt if they are trying to regain some of the lost market share to Sony in the next generation, especially seeing as how Sony may be first out of the gate with the PlayStation 5, as the rumors were more widespread, is try to keep your price low. Having 2 consoles, as mentioned in the previous point, may give some options to people on a budget. For those people who want to go all in for a disc-based machine, aim to keep that console at least $50 less than the PlayStation 5. Hell, go in and make a loss on every console you sell, just like the 360 did. Alright, this is my video, so Microsoft, don't do this. Yes, keep your price low, but don't pull an Xbox 360, where more than 50% of them break. I'm looking at you, Red Ring of Death. Yes, that's how you got here in the first place. Sorry, Luke. If you come out of the gate and announce the newest console is going to cost the same as the PlayStation 5 or more, then chances are people are going to keep brand loyalty going forward. Especially seeing how Microsoft really brought nothing new to the table this generation. Exclusives really do sell consoles, despite what people have said. Which brings us to our next point. Number 6. Exclusives. Sony during this generation absolutely killed it with exclusives. Owning 20 plus studios really helped pump out title after title after title. Not sure all of those were fantastic games. Looking at you over there, Knack 2. Obviously Luke hasn't seen the Donkey review. Knack 2 is a masterpiece. For all those flops, Sony made up for it in spades, having so many great games come to their console. Microsoft has little to nothing to give here. Sony and Nintendo have the best exclusives. Hands down, there's no argument. Microsoft needs to do something here to change it up. Bringing us straight into number 7, even more studios. Now this might seem like pure greedy in some regards, but Microsoft really needs to keep buying up studios. Going back to the previous point, the more studios Microsoft has in their arsenal, the better. However, given Microsoft's track record with first-party studios, this is another reason why sometimes I feel like more is better. Microsoft has a horrible tendency of either letting go of studios or just silently laying them off, never to be heard from again. Developers such as Bungie and Twisted Pixel were all allowed to walk away, which in some ways can be seen as either good points or bad. But then we have a smaller studios such as Good Science and Big Park who get told to make games they have very limited appeal for. And then when the investment just isn't worth it anymore, they vanish without a trace. In truth, the studio gets dissolved and the staff gets put to work on other projects in the Xbox family. However, the games business isn't the safest place to work. One bad title and you may never get the chance to work on anything ever again. We know that Microsoft maybe hasn't been the best publisher to work under this generation, with maybe striving sometimes for perfection in the likes of Scalebound, or just giving developer issues to overcome such as Crackdown's cloud-based tech. The truth is we need more studios than what Microsoft has brought so far. As whilst I don't see them putting their hands in some of the huge pockets again for the next few years, hopefully at some point during the next generation they will splash out again. Number 8, backwards compatibility. Microsoft, just do it. I'm not going into this. Just make everything backwards compatible. You did it for the one. Just do it. Number 9, better offline play. This isn't so important for the masses of gamers, but for people like me and Luke, it's a huge issue. Offline play presents a lot of problems, especially for the achievement community. When you get achievements offline, they're supposed to pop when you boot the game back up after you connect to the internet. That always doesn't happen though. Sometimes offline tracking doesn't come back after you come back online, causing you to replay the entire game. Me and Luke both have very high gamer scores, with him closely approaching 1 million and me over 500,000, so we know what we're talking about here. The other issue ties into licenses, and oh boy, what fun game licenses can be. Publishers are always quick to remind us gamers that we don't own a copy of the game when we purchased it at the store. We just merely bought a license to let us play it, and thus can be taken from us at any point they seem fit. To the pitchforks and burning torches. However, if you buy a game on another person's Xbox and want to play it on your own console, you can do that, barring in mind that you have an internet connection, of course. Because if you don't, and you have the game installed, you won't be able to play that title until you sign into Xbox Live again, as you'll be told to verify that you are indeed the license holder. Sure, these issues can be sorted out online by telling Xbox Live to transfer all your licenses to one singular console. However, this can only be done a couple times a year. These are fragments among a few other issues that remain on the always-on DRM that happened during the unveil. Whilst most issues got sorted out either before or after launch, we can only hope that issues like this don't reoccur during the next console wave. Before we get to our final thing that we want to see out the Xbox 2, or whatever they're going to call it, I want to point out that the charity of the month is in the description. Any donation will help them out immensely. Thank you so much. Number 10, listen to your fan base. This entire list was made up of things that we as a community want to see. This isn't just what my thoughts and feelings are. We took the Xbox resource community and pooled their results. No one wanted a Duke controller, no one wanted Alien Isolation for the Kinect, and certainly no one wanted you to get rid of our Snap feature. You send us on this roller coaster of emotions. One day you're bringing games back from the Xbox 360 backwards compatibility wise, and the next day you're introducing Conker in this new game called Project Spark that has literally nothing to do with Conker. I have a wide fan base, I understand that, but you can make many of us happy by implementing just some of these things on our list. You have an uphill battle ahead of you against Sony. I hope you make the right calls this time around. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you're watching the Xbox Resource YouTube channel, why not come check out my channel? Or if you're watching me on mine, come check out theirs. We're going to be working together a lot, as I said last time. So if you like what you saw, why not subscribe? Watch other videos. We have weekly content we always upload. As always, guys, thank you again. Number 7. Wasn't the last one number 7? Yep, Luke didn't spell check. 2 7s. Good job, Luke.